Hey guys, back with another video. So today I'm going to be showing you how you can build a voice AI agent for a solo business. So this agent is going to be able to pick up the phone, it's going to be able to book you more appointments or client more appointments, whatever you're using this for, if it's whether it's for yourself or for a client. And I'm actually going to be building this out in Synthflow. I think Synthflow is definitely the best in my opinion for voice AI, the best that I've used anyway. And they offer loads of different plans. So a starter plan at $29 a month, and then I believe it's like a growth or pro plan, another plan, which is $450 a month, and you get 2,000 minutes. And then you got another plan which is $900 a month. I believe that's the growth plan, and then that is you get 4,000 minutes and loads of other stuff. Actually, I think I should come over to here and actually show you what you get. So obviously 2,000 minutes, and if you get one extra minutes, it's 13 cents an hour. And obviously, the more you pay, the less it is. But and then you can just maybe pause this and go through what they have, and if that all looks good for you. But main thing I'm going to be showing you is how you can use these on the side, and actually how you can build out an agent. And I'm going to be giving you a free prompt as well. That should be one of the first or second link in the description. So start off with, I'm not just going to go over the agent just yet, but this is obviously where you build out your agent. So you can press create agent, but I'll do that in a sec. But then we have the knowledge base, and this is information around your business. So obviously that says out here, but let's say in my prompts, you probably won't need a knowledge base because it's already it already have stuff around what you're going to sell, and like the services and like price and stuff like that. But let's say there isn't something in here that you need to add into your business. It's always just a good thing to put your web pages in here, and the AI will then scrape them pages and get any information that is on there. So then we have the actions, and let's say you have a calendar through cow.com or GoHighLevel, which is a bit more popular. All you'll do is input your API key here, and then obviously press connect, and then you connect to your cow.com account. Or you can connect your GoHighLevel account. There should be a bit to sign in, like around here, and you just choose your calendar. And what this is going to do is the AI on the phone can then look into your calendar. I've used stuff in the past like Vappy, and then you have to connect it to external automations to actually get it to look down the calendar. It's just a lot easier to use Synthflow, because then obviously you can just connect this, and then you don't need to actually, or that's all you need to connect. You don't need to connect any external automations after that. All you do is just choose your calendar, and the AI will recognize obviously the times that you have in your calendar. If someone wants to book outside that time, it will tell them that there isn't any availability then, and it should give the person on the phone availability for what you have inside of your calendar. Then we also have call transfer. So let's say someone wants to speak directly to you, or needs to transfer for a reason. You literally just put the phone number in here and then click validate. And then we have the information extractor. So let's say you wanted to get the lead's first name or their last name, or this was obviously for like a garage or a mechanic, the vehicle details, or just anything around like solar. If the person wanted a certain, like this certain battery putting in, or if they wanted just anything around solar basically, or if you wanted to send it to a webhook after you got the appointment information, and yeah, just stuff like that. And what you're going to do is come to create, and stuff like email and the appointment information, it's an open question, and then you'll click that, and then you'll give the AI examples of what answers are going to be, and then you can have yes or no answers. So did the user book an appointment? And that's a yes or no answer. We also have a send SMS action here, and this can be very useful, because let's say you didn't want to use the booking over the phone. Let's say you wanted to send an SMS with your booking link. You would literally come to send SMS, and then SMS content, you could copy this, but obviously you'd put your link here, and then just you want to say if the user says they want to book an appointment, just keep it simple like that. Because if you use like customer or anything like that, the AI recognizes it, and the simpler prompting recognizes it to say user. So just use user. And we have custom actions as well. Let's say you wanted to did want to, I don't really play around with this too much, unless if I'm sending webhooks or anything like that. But then we have workflows, and if you come to create workflow, you could either build yours from scratch, or you can use the presets that they have. So this could be a very a good one. Let's say you run an offer where obviously this is outbound, but you run an offer where you target, I don't know, you have ads, and then you have a qualifying form on there, and then after AI calls them. You could have that automation already set up for you there, and you can have receive calls. So that's how if you just wanted to receive calls inbound, you don't have to have this, but this is obviously just a workflow. And obviously here, basically, I'm not gonna go over adding stuff in here, but what to break down what this does is obviously going to receive the call, and then it's going to end the call reason, and it will either be the human said goodbye, the human dropped the call, or the AI said goodbye as otherwise. And then what it will do from here is then insert this into a Google Sheets. So let's say you have a Google Sheets, you wanted to you know after every call see what happened, or why someone dropped the call or anything like that. It will then input it into this Google Sheets row, and that's just a nice little workflow to have maybe. Then we also have contacts, so you can either create manually contacts. So obviously you would put the lead's first name, their last name, their phone number, any tags just to separate them and organize them, and then the email as well. Or let's say you do have a GoHighLevel, if you're an agency or you're a solo business and you do have GoHighLevel, then you'd click go from GoHighLevel, and then obviously pick the contacts. But you would need to sync it as well, or you can import it from a CSV. So let's say you have, like, with that automation there, it puts it into the Google Sheets. You could then download that Google Sheets as a CSV, and then import it into here, and then have all your leads here. And we also have phone numbers as well. You can buy phone numbers inside of Synthflow, but you can only buy US, Australian, and Canadian numbers. And I think the US numbers are SMS capable, but I don't think the Australian numbers are SMS capable. I don't think they are, and you have to have an address requirement as well. But also in Canada, the Canadian numbers, sorry, I think they are, yeah, they're like the US numbers, where you don't have to have address requirement, and they're also SMS as well. But don't worry, because if you have a phone, if you're not from these countries and you target businesses, or your solar business in the UK, then, or outside of that, you can just download an app called Twilio, and you can get phone numbers from there for really cheap, like $1 a month or $2 a month, like just dead cheap. Then you would integrate it into here, and then obviously connect your phone number that way. But obviously, you have to have a phone number with this agent for it to actually work. But you have to input your account SID. You just copy paste that into there, and then your auth token. It should be in your dashboard. And also another important one is 11 Labs. If you want to, have a certain accent, let's say a like Norwegian accent or whatever that, and they probably don't have it in Synthflow. I think they only have like Australian accents and American accents and English accents. So you could come into 11 Labs and obviously put your API key in, connect it, and then create a voice in 11 Labs with that accent. Now I'm actually going to build out the agent with you. I've gone over all the settings now, and I'm going to build out this agent. So you come to this dashboard is obviously where you're going to have all of your like your minutes of your calls, and just calls in general, and the actions, and how many actions have been taken, like, and the analysis as well. And you want to come to configure, and inside configure, you're going to have settings of general settings, voice settings, and call configuration settings. And I'll just call this agent Solar Agent. And you want to have version 2.0. You want to keep the AI model as the exact same as the recommended. Time zone, you would obviously input your time zone in here. I'm in the UK, so I'm going to use London. Knowledge base, if you've got any knowledge bases, then you'll click add knowledge base and then create a knowledge base. I don't really play around with custom vocabulary, but you can add business terms, stuff in there. Filter words. So sometimes we're prompting, if you use a hashtag, then that's an instruction for the prompt. And obviously you don't want the AI to say hashtag and then start speaking. And then we also have use realistic filler words. So this is going to make the AI say stuff like and use just filler words like that. We also have voice settings as well. So like earlier, I was on about the 11 Labs, but you can go through the voices that Synthflow offer, and you could maybe pick one. I'm not a massive fan of that. You don't want it to sound bad. We'll choose Laura, but let it load, and then You want the patience level to be low at 1 second. You want it to reply practically instantly or as fast as it can. Keep the stability the same. All of this I normally keep the same. And then optimize latency. So if you have it higher, let's say you need to have the prompt to a T. Obviously, I'm going to give you a prompt in a second when on the next step. But let's say you want to change a bit of stuff around my prompt and you have certain instructions that you need the AI to undergo, then you're going to want to keep this lower because it will then it's not going to it might not reply as quickly or whatever, but it's going to keep your prompt to a T. If you have the higher you have it, it'll reply quicker, but it doesn't keep it to a T with your prompts in, and it might not follow the instructions 100% of the time. But when it's a lot lower, it's more likely to follow the instructions than if it was higher. But we also have core configuration as well. This is the last settings we need to configure inside your agents. The idle duration. So this is when the agent will disconnect. So let's say the person on the phone, they haven't spoken for 15 seconds, then they'll obviously put down the phone. You're obviously paying for minutes as well. So it's important that you have that in. And then before, obviously, the 15 seconds, you could have idle reminders. So after 5 seconds, AI will say, or 4 to 6 seconds, I'd say, it would say something like, "Oh, hey, you're still there," just to obviously make sure they're still there. And then if they don't reply back after 10 seconds, then the AI will end the call. But the pause before speaking, I normally have is 0 seconds. The ring duration, you want to keep between 4 and 6 seconds again. And then the call duration, it's completely up to you. But I'd also keep the transcripts on because, let's say use it in your business and you might want to make these prompts better. So you can just always go over the transcripts again and see how you can make your agent better. Then we have the prompting section. So in the link in the description, I have a full prompt here. So just stuff around your business. You have the company information. So you'd obviously put your company name there, services. Just I got a little objectives that they've got to have, and then some objections as well that this can handle. So I'm getting other quotes or what about just stuff like this, and the AI can then it's also trained in sales. So the main thing this AI is going to do is just book more appointments. And you could, once you put in all your placeholders here, you'd come to back to here, edit prompt, and then you'll just paste it into this section here. And then you also have a greeting message. So you could even copy that. Hey, you've called or hey, you've called, and then your business name. How can I assist you today? This is an important section now, so actions, and then you want to have this after the call. So the send SMS action that we went over earlier, or any other actions that you have, you're going to add them into this actions section here. So we're going to add this SMS action that's going to send the booking link when the user wants to book an appointment. You can also add the information extractor here with the emails and the stuff like that. And during the call, if you wanted to have it book over the phone, then you would pick this setting, and obviously you already have your calendar integrated into here. Then you can have the call transfer as well to another number. And then before the call, if you've got a custom action, then you can add that, and then also join the call as well. And the only really last thing we have to go over is the deployment now. So if you have a webhook, you can enter the URL for your webhook and then put that in there, and then you can initialize that, and then it will validate it. And you want to have the number that you've just bought or you've just integrated. You're going to go to obviously the phone numbers section, press change, and then input that there. And the only thing left now is to actually test this agent on the phone. So as you can see, this agent is now calling me.
Hey, you've called to SunPower Solutions. How may I assist you today?
Oh, hey, I was just wondering what services you offer because I might need a new installation for some solar roofing. How much would that cost me?
Hey there. We offer a roof and solar combo installation, which ranges from 11,000 to 19,000 pounds after incentives. It's a great way to boost your home's energy efficiency and value. Would you like more details or maybe set up a free consultation?
Well, how would that, improve my value of my house?
Great question. Installing solar panels can increase your home's value by making it more energy efficient and attractive to eco conscious buyers. Plus, potential savings on electricity bills are a big draw. Curious about how much you could save?
Well, what about like at night time or winter time when there isn't as much sun on the roof? Like, will that affect my energy?
No worries there. Solar panels still work on cloudy days, and with solar battery storage, you can store excess energy for use at night or during winter. This way, you'll have a steady power supply year round. Interested in learning more about how it works?
Well, first, you said it was between 11,000, 19,000. How come you can't give me just an exact estimate now?
I get it. You'd like a clear number. The cost varies based on factors like your roof size and specific energy needs. That's why we offer a free consultation to give you an accurate estimate tailored just for you. Want to set one up?
Yeah, okay, let's book that appointment.
Awesome. I'll get that set up for you. You'll receive a text shortly with the appointment details. Looking forward to helping you go solar.
And there we have it. That was the call. I think that, it handled the objections really well. And I think because it uses a GPT voice, when if it doesn't have something in the prompt. So I asked it, I think it was how come it's between 11,000 and 19,000. That wasn't in the prompt. I didn't have it to object it. Because it's a GPT, it can then come up with, solutions there and then. But anyway, I hope you got value from this video. Obviously, get your free prompt in the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.